Okay. Let me write a very simple if statement for you people. Let's say if a is equals to 5. Let's say if a is greater than 3, then print a. Now, in previous discussion, we have discussed that semicolon and curly braces won't be used to, you can say, specify the block of the code or termination of particular statement. So here in Python, obvious question should be like how Python interpreter will find out that this is the block of code, okay, or this is the you can say function body, or you can say control statement body or loop body. So how it will find out the block of a code? So in C, you have used semicolon to specify the, you can say, block of a code. But in Python, these curly braces won't be used for specifying the function body. Okay, so in Python, we will use indentation. Okay, so let me tell you by example, a is equals to a plus 5. So statement number 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now all this belongs to outer part. Outer part means this will be executed whenever we will start execution from this. Okay, from this line. Now, whenever Python interpreter will encounter or it will identify currently scanned character is colon. Okay, it is colon. At that time, it will use the indentation. Okay, so what is meaning of this colon? Colon will be used to specify the starting of new block of code. Okay, it will use to specify starting of new block of code. Okay, so let's say whatever statement I will written here. Okay, all these statements will belongs to this outer if. Okay, it can be any. Now let's say if I am putting, so for this print statement, value of indentation will be 1. Sir, we have discussed this sir, indentation. We have discussed indentation in lab, previous lab. Yes. So yes, Jay, I got your input. Anyone, Bharti Kumari? Have we discussed this in class? You discuss. Okay. Yes. Yes. Good. I thought we have not discussed it in lab. So anyway, so let's start with the simple program. I'm giving you exercise, then we will solve it uh, over here. So let me give you one exercise. First exercise is write a program to get 5 subject marks from user and calculate average of it and generate result. Okay, now which are the criteria for generating the result? First criteria, none of the marks should be greater than 100. So if any marks any mark is greater than 100, then we should display error message to the user. Next, second criteria. If any mark is less than 40, okay, then result will be fail. Now, third criteria. If average is less than 40, then fail. Fourth criteria. Average greater than or equals to 75, then yes, we called it, I think, distinction. So grade will be distinction. If average is greater than or equals to 65 and average is less than 75, first class. Similarly, criteria 6, if it is less than, let's say, 55 and less greater than or equals to 55 and less than 65, then second class. Similarly, 55 third class. And less than 45, then first class. Okay. Now let me give you a simple example of if else, so you can start with the implementation. So this is how we can use if, let's say, a is equals to 5. Okay, then if a is greater than 3, greater than 10, let's say, then print a comma greater than is greater than 10. Okay, else we will display is not greater than 10. So while you are using conditional statement in Python, you are having three options. Either you go with the if, or you can go with the if else, or you can go with the if then else if then else if then else if ladder. Okay, so either you can go with the if, or you can go with the if else, or you can go with the else if ladder. So choice is yours. As per your requirement, you can use it. Now, this is the simple if. Okay, so this is the simple example of if. Let's say if we will execute it, then we will not get any output. Okay, so if this condition is true, then and then this statement will be executed. Otherwise, that statement won't be executed. Now, if this condition is not true, then if you want to execute something, then we can go with the else. Okay, so if else is there. Now, how this will be executed? So if this condition is the true, okay, then this portion will be executed, this one. Okay, and else portion won't be executed. But if this condition evaluation is false, in that case else portion will be executed. Okay, so uh, in if else, either if or else will be executed. What will happen in else if ladder? So in case of else if ladder, if a is greater than 10, then we can say that uh, a is greater than 10, then L if a is let's say greater than 7, then we will display greater than 7. Similarly, here we will write 5 then. Okay, and let me put on another condition, 3, 3. Okay, else less than 3. So let's execute. So this is what we will get in output. Okay, now how else if ladder will work? Else if ladder, so first this condition will be checked. Okay, if this condition is true, okay, means first condition is true, okay, then it will directly transfer the control. Means, okay, if this condition is true, let me make it 12. So 12 is greater than 10, so this condition is true, so this statement will be executed, and then it will skip this entire block of code, and then it will directly transfer the control to the print hello. Okay, let me make it 9. So 9 is greater than 7. So what will happen in that case? This condition will be evaluated to false. So it will check the next condition. So this condition will be true. So what will happen? It will execute this print statement. Okay, and then it will directly skip. Then it will skip this block of code, and it will transfer the control to the print statement. Okay, let's say if we are making it 6. Okay, then what will happen? These first two condition will be false, this condition will be true, so this will be evaluated, means this will be printed, and then it will skip this portion, and directly it will be transferred to this. Okay, similarly, let's say if we will make it 2, rather than 2, let's make it 4. Okay, so what will happen in that case? This first three condition will be evaluated to the false. Okay, so it will go to it, it will check this first condition. Okay, here actually we were supposed to make it 10, and here we were supposed to make it 4. Yes. So this condition will be evaluated to false, so it will go to the next condition. This will be evaluated to false again, so it will go to the next statement. This will be also evaluated to false, so it will go to the next statement, and this will be evaluated to true. So this condition, this print statement will be executed, and it will not go with the else part. So this else part will be skipped. Let me make it 2. So In that case, what will happen? All of the condition, whatever we have specified, okay, all of them are false. So it will simply execute the else. Okay, so here if we will put some other content like random message, okay, then we will get the random message. So clear with this? When else portion will be executed? If all the preceding if else or if condition is false, then it will execute the else. Okay, and if any of this condition is true, then onwards all the condition will be skipped. Are you people clear with this? You people have already learned this else if letter in C. So are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Okay. So now you start working on this program. So start implementing this program. Okay, here what you will do, you will get 5 subject marks from the user, then you will calculate the average, okay, and then generate the result and display it to the user. Which are the criteria for generating the result? None of the marks should be greater than 100. Okay, so if user is entering mark which is having value greater than 100, then you will display message uh, enter the mark in range of, let's say, 1 to 100, and that's it, finish the execution. If any of the subject is having less than 40 marks, okay, then by default grade will be 40. And then you have to, if criteria 1 and 2 are not satisfied, then you will 1, 2 and 3 is not satisfied, then you will go with the condition checking. Let's say if it is greater than 75, okay, then grade will be distinction. Okay, then 65 to 75 first class, 55 to 64 second class, and 45 to 54 third class, and less than 45, then we will see that it is pass class. So clear with this? So start working on this definition. I will check your program after 10 minutes. Randomly, I will check your program after 10 minutes. Meanwhile, if anybody is having any doubt, then you can ask me the doubt. Okay, I will help you to solve that doubt. If anybody is having any doubt, then you can ask me. I will solve your doubt. So let me give you one example that how we can do it. Okay, so if you want to check the multiple condition, then we can use the AND keyword. So if A modulo 3 double is equals to 0, okay, that means A is divisible by 3, and A modulo 4 double is equals to 0, okay, then we will print A is divisible by 3 and 4. Clear, Nidhi? So if you don't want to go with the multiple if condition, then you can do you can put the and then you can attach as many if condition as many you want. Nidhi, are you clear with this? Okay, let me give you another example. So in that case, you can check the individual mark. Let's say M1 less than 100.
So for first case, can we assign the marks of each subject in a list and then we can run for loop?
No, we will learn list later on. Okay, right now we are focusing on if else. So while we
So
will
we can
learn
run
list,
for loop for I in marks. If I is greater than 100, so one by one the number will come. If it is greater than 100, we will print invalid. Else if I is greater than 40, we can print
you
fail
can,
in subject.
then it will be easy for you like this. M1 is greater than 100 and M2 greater than 100 and M3 greater than 100. Not and sorry, or here we will put or. M1 is or or M4 greater than 100 or M5 greater than 100. Then we will display message, enter proper marks. Clear? Clear, Bhavdeep?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we are not actually using list. If you are using list, then it will be quite easy. So here you are going to use some input function multiple time, and then when we will learn list, at that time we will also learn that how to use it efficiently. Yes, Bharti Kumari, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask me. I'm not getting your question, sir. Please show the above conditions. Okay. Oh, sorry. Is it visible now?
Sir, may I share my screen?
Yes, sure, sure. Why not? It's not visible yet. Now it is visible.
Sir, it is not running.
Where it is showing you error.
It is not showing an error, but something
Okay,
is
it has
going
entered
wrong.
into some infinite not connected. So actually you can see in top right corner, join this repo video chat on top of your screen. Oh, yes, yes, beside it not connected. Click on it, not connected, connecting to kernel. So do one thing, check whether your Jupyter is running properly or not, because here you can see it is not able to connect with the Python, connecting to the kernel. Go to the kernel menu
How
or
to
the,
go there?
yes,
Okay, yeah.
kernel. Yes, restart, restart. Click on restart.
The whole code will
No, no,
be
no, no,
erased.
no, 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 no. It will be there. Okay, but you see, restarting the kernel, just wait for some time.
Okay.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yes, you can. Yes, can you mute yourself? Yes, Nidhi. So I think your Jupyter is not running properly. That's a problem.
Yes, sir. In previous lecture, it was running.
Now just do one thing, just close it and run it again.
Okay. Sir, otherwise, is there any problem with the code?
Otherwise,
Is there any problem with the code? It can be
mm,
in
no, there were
future.
lots of indentation mistake as well. Nidhi, I will just try
Yes,
to
sir.
give you the solution. Uh,
Okay.
Nidhi, after you will check whether any mark is less than 100 or not, okay, you will again check all the conditions. So I have just shown you the way we can write the code. Okay, so it is not like that you will implement it that way only. Okay, you have to you have to use those if and else or nested if appropriately. You people know how to use nested if inside if
Yes, sir, but in C language.
in C language. Okay, Python. Okay, no problem. Let me show you. So let's wait for 5 minutes more. Okay, and then I will give you the solution if anybody is able to find it out or not. So and Nidhi, here you have not considered the second condition. Okay, what is the second condition? Can you check it? Simply click on my icon. Just go to the Google Meet and click on my icon, my name. Yes, click go there and presentation Nikunj Wada. Yes, click on it. Yes, what is the second condition? If any mark
Yes, sir.
is
I missed that.
yes, okay. If it is possible, then use hands free. It will be easy. So we won't have this kind of loop in echo. So you have not considered the second condition.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Can I
Yes,
share? I've done.
yes, sure.
So is it visible?
Okay, now it is visible. Okay, there is a mistake in average equation. Okay, you multiplied by, why you have multiplied it by 100?
So for oh, I've made for percentage. That's why. So now it is correct, I think. Hello.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now just try to enter uh, 200 as a subject mark.
So 200.
Yes.
The invalid marks.
Invalid marks. Okay, and do one thing in else part.
Yes, sir.
In else part below else if,
Yes, sir.
means above average. Okay, so simply print the average. You have not displayed the result. In problem definition, I have mentioned not there, not there, not there. In else if. So just go to else if. Below that, yes, below that,
So here.
above if, yes, above if, above if, above if, yes, print average. Okay, average is XYZ, whatever you said. Okay,
So average is 74.0.
yes. Okay, so okay, so can we have a solution? Let's see how we can solve it. Okay, here you can see Bhavdeep has used nested if else. So Bhavdeep, now you can stop sharing your screen.
So I
Yes,
have one more question. So
yes, yes.
we can, if we are using list, so we can make a list here like marks. Then we can use M1, comma M2, M3, M4. Then for I in marks, if any of I is greater than the
Yes,
100, marks
there.
is invalid.
Yes, yes. Let me do one thing. Let me show the solution. There are lots of way to solve this
Yes.
problem. Yes, Bharti Kumari, you would you like to share your screen? Yes. So share your screen. Okay. One. Good. Enter any mark and then execute it. Mm, no, why are you getting? Okay, you have separated condition using comma, so there will be or, not comma, in if. Yes, there will be and. Oh, sorry, or. Yes, Hitesh is also done with the solution. Hmm. Enter one last value is 38. 38. Okay, okay, good. Okay, again execute it again. No, simply click on cell. Simply click on that cell. Cell means click on else if anywhere. No, 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 not cell, not that cell. Yes, and now press Shift Enter. Shift Enter. Shift plus Enter. Okay. Now enter 150. Okay. Now enter some random mark. Invalid input. Good. Good. Okay. So let me show the solution. Hitesh, we will see your solution in next problem. Very good. You people are doing programming. That's good. So
Hello.
yes.
So I have one more question.
Yeah.
So if we are entering marks, so for the first condition, marks is 150,
Uh,
and for next condition, marks is 34.
hmm.
How can it check for both the condition? Like 34 is fail and 150 is invalid. So if we
So
want both
first,
means
yes,
like
first we will check whether it is appropriate marks or not. Okay, so let's say this will be the first criteria that
so
any
can we
subject
use
must.
continue function means after print invalid then we can you give
No,
continue so that
let me tell you. Let's say if you are getting marks from the user, okay. So first of all, what will be the first condition that you will check? If you are getting mark from the user, then what will be the first condition that you will check?
it is less than 100.
Yes. Okay. So if any of the mark is not less than 100, then will you calculate the result or not?
No sir.
Okay. So what we have done here simply,
Yes
are you
sir.
getting the point?
Yes sir.
Okay. Now let me show you the solution. Okay, Bharti Kumari, you can unshare your screen or you can stop sharing your screen. Okay, my screen is visible to all of you now. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, let me start. Let me solve this problem for you people. Let's say m1 is equals to int or let's say float. subject 1 marks. Here, if M1 is greater than 100 or M2 is greater than 100 or M3 is greater than 100 or M4 is greater than 100 or M5 is greater than 100, and print invalid marks. You see, the way I'm just trying to implement. Well, if here we will check whether any subject mark is less than 40 or not. Then we will print fail. Else average equals to M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 plus M5 divided by 5. And then we will check here if average is, let's say, greater than 75. Well, if average is greater than 64, first class. Well, if average is greater than 54, average is greater than, let's say, 44. Average is greater than, let's say, then else. Well, in let's try to execute it so we can have idea. Let's say I'm entering 34, 45, 56, 78, and 59. Fail. Let me enter some invalid marks. Okay, is there any need of putting fail over here?
No, sir.
No, very good. Here we will put simply. Okay, let me execute it. So whenever it will show you asterisk, then that means it is in execution phase.
Sir, it will show error because you have not marked the lower limit for 44. Means past class will not come.
Now let me enter 43, 43, 44, 43, 43, 43, 43, 44, and 42. Clear? How many of you are having doubt in implementation? The way we have implemented, or you, if anybody wants to discuss the implementation. Everybody is clear with the logic?
Sir, still I am getting an error. I have changed the ID,
Okay.
but
Yes. That then there might be some indentation error. Can you share your screen?
yes, sir.
Anybody is any difficulty? Anybody is having any difficulty in understanding the logic or the way I have solved the program?
No, sir, I don't have any problem with the logic, but I think I'm getting an error just because of some syntax
Okay.
mistake or
Okay. If you will use else if letter properly, then there will be no need to put multiple conditions. Yes. First of all, you should check the
check whether
condition.
the mark is not greater
Okay.
than
Okay.
100.
Okay. And else will there won't be indentation in else. Else will be at the outer layer. So there will be no space before the else. It is showing
Okay,
you the invalid syntax because of that.
okay, sir.
Okay, so first remove it. Okay, then you have to remove one space from if and one space from rest of all the statements. So line number 12, go to line number 12, remove one space, line number 12. Okay, remove that space. Okay, now print, remove one space. Okay, now else if remove two space, two space. In all elif there will be two space. You have to remove two space. In all elif, not print elif.
Okay,
And one more elif. Yes. Now just try to execute it. Now you won't get error. Yes. Now, yes, you have not converted subject into the float. Okay. So before input, subject one. Yes. Before input, put int or float, whatever you want to use. No, no, not in down bracket. Not like that. Not like that. Yes. And then Remove the leading opening round bracket above it. In subject 1 after equal, yes, remove that, yes. So same way you have to do it uh, for all the statements.
Sir, but in Python, is there not any system to automatic like we have
Your
previously? I
voice,
think.
your voice is breaking. Okay, in line number 2, you forgot to put the closing round bracket at the
Yes,
end.
sir, that I am doing, but I thought there will be automatic
No, no, no,
conversation
no, no, no,
as
no.
per the
In
input.
lecture we have seen that by default user input will be string. Okay, so you cannot directly manipulate the string. You have to convert it into the integer, float, or whatever data type you wish to use.
Okay, so if we are not taking integer input from a user and we are directly assigning the value, then only we not don't need to specify the data type,
Let's
right?
say if you are directly getting string input, okay, if you want to get input from the user, string input from the user, then there is no need of type conversion. Okay, by default input data will be in form of string. So whenever you want to use that input data for integer, float, or let's say boolean or complex data type, at that time you have to typecast them. So
Okay,
here,
and
here
if
we are getting numbers. So we have to convert those number into integer using typecasting. Yes.
and if we are not taking user from input from user and we
Okay.
are just directly assigning the value, then we don't need to specify
Yes. Yes.
typecast.
Yes. Then there is no need of typecasting.
We
So
can assign any of value, right?
yes. 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 We can.
Okay,
You can assign sub one, sub two, sub three likewise.
okay, okay.
So at that time you don't have to convert those into the. Yes. Anyone else? If mark is Bharti Kumar is asking question that sir, if the mark is greater than 100, in that condition can we use continue? But what you will do by using continue? Okay, still you are getting error. In which line
Yes.
you are getting the error?
Line one on only.
Put again. Please click on run. Execute. Click on execute. Enter
EOF
the
error.
end of file when reading a line. Remove the empty line. Yes, all the empty line. Hmm, it should not be error. But subject one is equals to float input. Enter the mark of subject one. Simply do one thing. Up to line number 6, simply cut it. Don't paste it. Simply cut it. No, no, not up from line number 22 to line number 6.
22 to.
Line number 6.
Okay,
Line number 6. Yes. Control X.
okay.
Okay. Now execute it. Try to execute it.
Sir, I think this ID is not good.
Hmm. Online. Now simply copy and
Today,
paste this entire code into some other.
right.
Yes.
Sir, now today only I have a problem with the Jupyter. Otherwise, it was working previously very good, and all codes were going uh, good.
Bharti Kumari, user will get the chance to enter the mark again. Okay, so for that we have to use a loop. Okay, so inside loop you can do it. So whenever we will learn loop, that time we can check. Okay, so that if there is invalid condition or something else, then we can iterate in loop. So let's resolve the doubt of Yash.
Sir, I think we should
There is
continue. I think I
yeah.
will do by my own, and if still I am getting error, then I will consult to you.
Okay, no problem. So then you can stop sharing. Okay. And anyone else is having any doubt? Okay, you can also do it like this. If you have learned, let's say x is equals to x dot split. So let's see. And something least comprehension is something like this. Let's say x is equals to mm, in inline function also you can convert it. Just a second. I have prepared some examples. So there is a map function. We can also specify, we can map entire function to the list. Just map function. In video, I think I have mentioned it. So we can define one function f1 x. Mm, there is a map function. How we can do it? Just a second. I will just give you one example. So, just preparing example. Just a minute. Let me prepare it in another tab so I can show you the suitable example. Oh, Just a minute. I think I'm making some mistake. Yes. So this is also you can do. Here you can see here I have taken the uh, input from the user using comma separated value. Then I will split those value using comma, so it will return me the list. And then I have mapped what is the function f1. So I have mapped f1 function on the list. So let's say after entering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will be splitted into 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I will apply the map function. And then I will apply the f1. So I will map the f1 on entire list. So on entire list, one by one, this argument will be passed to function f1. Okay, and then that this function will be applied to this. So one will be returned to integer one. So one will be converted to one. Two string will be converted to two integer. Three string will be converted to three integer. Four string will be converted to four integer, and five string will be converted to five integer. Okay, and then here you can see. Okay, here also you can use the list comprehension. So lots of things are there that you can do with the Python. Okay, here no need to write down the separate conversion or something else. So this is another way that you can do. Previously, what was the scenario? Let's say here if you want to get 10 subject mark, okay, then we have to write this line 10 times. Now here you can see. Using this method we can get the 100 subject mark. Okay, so let me show you by example. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and let's, if we will execute it, then you can see. So using this method you can take an subject mark from the user. Okay, so this we will learn that whenever we will learn the list comprehension. Clear with this? Yes, yes. Is it visible now? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see what I have done? Can you see what I have done? Okay, so here what will happen? You can get an subject mark. Okay, here you can see how many element I have entered. I have entered 9 plus 3 12 plus 3 15 plus 3 18. So 18 subject marks. So actually let me explain you very quickly how this will work. Here I will get the input from the user separated by comma, as you can see. Okay, then I will split it using comma. So this will return me let me execute it. So this split will split the string using comma and it will return me the list. Okay, and then I will apply the function f1, okay, on entire list, that is x, and then I will get the integer list. So let me show you. So let's say 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7, 1 8, 1 9, 2 0, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6, 2 7, 2 8, 2 9, and 3 0. Okay, so I have entered 20 elements. So here you can see this split function will split the string using comma, and each item will be returned as a string. So here you can see this is the return string. Okay, and now you can see I have mapped this function, that is f1. What f1 will do, whatever argument I will pass, it will simply convert that into the integer and then it will return. So this function has returned me all the integer value. So I have mapped this function f1 on list. So all the element individually converted into the integer. So this we will learn while we will cover the list. So don't get worried if you are not able to get it right now. Okay, but there are lots of way to deal with this kind of issue in Python. Now let me give you another definition. So that definition is, just a minute. Let me see. I have prepared that definition. This is B batch. Just a minute. I'm just getting that definition. Mm, I have prepared that definition. In other batch, we have solved this problem. So I'm just trying to get that definition, whatever we have done. Yes, here it is. This is really interesting definition. You will require lots of if else conditions for this definition. Yes. So let me change some criteria. Let's say make it 12 and 23, 20, and there will be 17. Here there will be 20. Here there will be 33. Here it will be 18. Here it will be 16. Here it will be 24. Let me make it 11,000, then 11,000 and 22,000, 5,000 and 22,000. Yes. So let me explain you the definition. This is really interesting definition where you are going to use if else very carefully. This program is basically for calculating the salary of employee. So let me explain you the definition. Write a program to calculate the salary of employee. Write a program to get the calculate. Write a program to calculate the salary of employee and get basic salary from the user. Okay, so what will be the input that we will get from the user? We will get basic salary from the user. Okay, and next, after getting the basic salary from the user, we will display basic salary, then TA. Meaning of TA is traveling allowance, HRA is house rent allowance, then DA is dearness allowance, and gross salary means final salary. What will be the final salary, and then what will be the on hand salary? Now, how, how we will calculate the TA means traveling allowance, HRA, DA, gross, and on hand salary. So here you can see we will calculate TA, DA, and HRA, okay, with reference to the basic salary. So what we will do, we will check the criteria for basic salary. If basic salary is less than or equals to 11,000, okay, then traveling allowance will be 12 percentage of basic. Okay, traveling allowance will be 12 percentage of basic. House rent allowance will be 17 percentage of basic. DA will be 18 percentage of basic. Okay, and gross salary will be basic plus TA plus HRA plus DA. Okay, if basic is greater than 11,000 and less than 22,000, in that case, traveling allowance will be 23 percentage of basic. House rent allowance will be 20 percentage of basic, and DRS allowance will be 16 percentage of basic. Okay, gross will be same basic plus TA plus HRA plus DA. Okay, so similarly, if it is greater than 20 or 22,000, then we will have like this. And then how to calculate the on hand? So on hand equals to gross minus professional tax minus employee provident fund. So what are the criteria for gross? Let's say if gross is less than 50,000, or then in that case deduct 1,000 professional tax, 1,200 and 50 it will be employee provident fund. Okay, so in case of gross is having gross is less than 50,000, we will deduct 1,000 plus 1,250, so 2,250 from the gross, and it will be my on hand. Okay, if my gross salary is greater than 50,000 and less than 25,000, then we will deduct 2,000 plus 1,250. That means 3,250 from the gross, and it will be my on hand. If it is greater than 25,000 and less than 30,000, in that case 2,500 plus 3,600 will be deducted from the gross, and it will be my on hand. And if gross is greater than 30,000, in that case 4,500 plus 4,000, so you can say 8,500 will be deducted from gross, and it will become the on hand. And after calculating all this, you are supposed to display basic salary, what is traveling allowance, what is house rent allowance, what is dearness allowance, what is gross salary, and what is on hand salary. You people clear with the definition?
Yes, sir.
All of you are clear with the definition? All of you are clear with the definition? So start implementing the definition. Meanwhile, if you are having any doubt, then you can ask me the question. So I have shared Google Classroom code into the text or into the chat session where you can connect with the Google Classroom, and I will create your experiment into this Google Classroom. So you are supposed to upload your program file into the classroom. Please join the Google Classroom for sec. One student has joined. Hitesh has joined the classroom. We will take attendance after 10 minutes.
Sir, how to work with the Google classwork? I have opened it, but how to submit it, that I don't know. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. I will, whenever I will create an assignment in Google Classroom, okay, you will get the notification. So you are supposed to upload your assignment there in Classroom. Okay, so I will teach you, I will tell you that where you are supposed to upload your submit or your assignment.
Okay, sir.
If anybody is having any doubt regarding the definition, then you can ask me the question.
Sir, here deduct and uh, employee provident fund is to subtract or plus to gross.
Okay, so in one hand, it will be actually professional tax.
Okay, right, right.
Got it? Anybody is having get it out? Most of the students has joined the classroom. So let me do one thing. Let me create 2 days lab experiment in classroom, so you can have idea. Only 11 students has joined. You should have received a notification book from Google Classroom. People who have joined.
Sir, definition I want.
Yes, yes, just a second. I'm just creating classroom for you people. Have you received the notification?
Yes, sir.